The Kardashians have been real quiet since studies found out that the coronavirus can stay on plastic for up to 2 weeks. No, but really, we're going through a pandemic and it's time to start treating it as one. As I was trying to find a significant speech to talk about today, I stumbled upon the University of Texas at Austin's commencement speech from 2014, where Admiral William H. McRaven addressed the ways in which we can change people's lives. In today's political climate, along with the ongoing pandemic, McRaven's message is not something to be taken lightly. Our class is made up of students ranging from 18 to 22 years old. While there may be some of us with compromised immune systems or health issues, we are generally healthy individuals. People within our age group, aside from those with compromised immune systems, are the least likely to become severely ill from the coronavirus. Older people, like our parents and our grandparents, are most likely to be impacted. As individuals, we are held responsible to make choices for ourselves, but we often neglect to think about how our individual decisions impact the people directly related to our lives, along with those who we may never directly come in contact with. My goal for today is to shed light on how our small choices can impact both individuals and the world around us positively and negatively, along with how my pupa's battle with the coronavirus and Admiral McRaven's message combined has led me towards changing my own ways. Admiral McRaven is a retired United States Navy 4-star admiral who served as the 9th commander of the United States Special Operations Command. Coming from a military family, I have the utmost respect for those who serve our country, and especially for McRaven, as I felt a connection due to the similarities he shares with my papa and my father. At the University of Texas at Austin's commencement speech, McRaven was addressing thousands of young men and women who would soon leave their journey with college and enter a new journey in the real world. As I'm sure many of you know, graduation is daunting. Graduations are filled with mixed emotions. There is a sadness to be leaving a chapter behind, and an excitement and sense of responsibility to use the tools learned and put those tools towards building a future and hopefully bettering the world. With that being said, the university's slogan is "What starts here changes the world." I have to admit, I kind of like it. What starts here changes the world. Tonight, there are almost 8,000 students graduating from UT. The great paragon of analytical rigor, Ask.com, says that the average American will meet 10,000 people in their lifetime. That's a lot of folks. But if every one of you changed the lives of just 10 people, and each one of those folks changed the lives of another 10 people, just 10, then in 5 generations, 125 years, the class of 2014 will have changed the lives of 800 million people. 800 million people. Think of it. Over twice the population of the United States. Go one more generation and you can change the entire population of the world. 8 billion people. If you think it's hard to change the lives of 10 people, change their lives forever, you're wrong. I saw it happen every day in Iraq and Afghanistan. A young army officer makes a decision to go left instead of right down a road in Baghdad, and the 10 soldiers in his squad are saved from a close-in ambush. In Kandahar province, Afghanistan, a non-commissioned officer from the female engagement team senses something isn't right and directs the infantry platoon away from a 500-pound IED, saving the lives of a dozen soldiers. But, if you think about it, not only were the soldiers saved by the decisions of one person, but their children yet unborn were also saved, and their children's children were saved. Generations were saved by one decision, by one person. But changing the world can happen anywhere, and anyone can do it. So, what starts here can indeed change the world. But the question is, what will the world look like after you change it? Well, I am confident that it will look much, much better. But if you will humor this old sailor for just a moment, I have a few suggestions that may help you on your way to a better world. And while these lessons were learned during my time in the military, I can assure you that it matters not whether you served a day in uniform. It matters not your gender, your ethnic or religious background, your orientation, or your social status. Our struggles in this world are similar, and the lessons to overcome those struggles and to move forward, changing ourselves and the world around us, will apply equally to all. Just because young people who may contract the coronavirus generally will survive does not mean that it should be something that we take lightly. I had the mindset that I could be out and about, hanging with friends and doing whatever I want a few days before I found out that my papa was diagnosed with COVID-19 and was not doing well. My papa is 86 years old. He is a former Marine and the strongest man I know, but his old age and pre-existing health conditions put him at high risk and low chance of survival. It is unknown how he contracted the virus, but he was placed under quarantine in the hospital with 102 fever for multiple days. None of my family was able to visit, not even his wife, my grandmother. Because of my own situation, I now consider my actions as if I could be the person who unintentionally passes the virus to another person's grandparent. I would not wish the fear of losing a loved one on anyone. If we all take a page out of Admiral McRaven's book and realize that our choices can impact the lives of just 10 people, the 20 people in this class could impact the lives of 200 people. That is no small number, and it keeps multiplying as you go. With that being said, I am angered by people acting as if the coronavirus won't impact them. I am angered by the people who do not care to follow the precautions, and I am angered by the "it's not my problem" mentality, because it is your problem. It's everyone's problem. Each choice we make, especially during these troubling times, will impact another person's life. If you have no desire to do it for yourself, continue quarantining and continued social distancing for your grandparents and those in older generations who you love. Thank you.